It is now Sunday, January 13th, 2019, around like 1 something a.m. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I know that you could be anywhere else in the world right now. You're probably sleeping or dancing, getting your groove on, or probably having a drink right now on a Saturday night. I just got done from working at Cobra and decided to come home and work on my own dreams. Because I drank a lot of coffee earlier, so I need to do that. But I'm recording this video because I'm recording this podcast because I'm recording all of this because the reality is I don't like wondering what if. When it comes to anything, really. What if is probably one of my biggest weaknesses. It gets me in a lot of trouble because I probably pursue things I shouldn't pursue and should just let it be. But the reality is, what if drives me crazy. And I would rather get hurt in the process. I'd rather be rejected. I would rather be heartbroken in the process. I would rather be disappointed. I would rather learn the lesson than ever wonder what if. And particularly when it comes to people in general, I would rather to have love and lost than to never have loved at all. And I know most people think that's crazy, especially nowadays. People are so afraid of love, and I feel like there's like two different kinds of people. I feel like there's people that are falling in love with everybody, and then I feel like there's people who aren't falling in love at all because they're just afraid of getting hurt. And again, as anything is, it's all about a balancing act, and it's all about finding the in-between and knowing who to give yourself to and who not to give yourself to. And like, you don't know who not to and who to do so if we're too afraid to get hurt. And then on the other flip side of it, if you're giving yourself to everybody, then it's like, how do you, like, what's left for that person who, you really want to try with? And I don't know, I just kind of feel like no matter what level of love it is, I feel like it's important to feel in general. I feel like we're becoming, I don't know, man. This generation, growing up during this time is a little tough. Not tough in the sense of like socioeconomic and opportunities and possibilities and being able to be who we are more than ever nowadays, but it's just tough in the sense of it's all in our head. I feel like our biggest battle is all in our mind, and our thoughts and our emotions. It's nothing on the outskirts anymore. It's nothing on the outside. It's nothing external anymore. I feel like we can have everything we've ever wanted. We have more than enough than any human being ever needs. But when it comes to the way we think and the way we view the world and the things that we experience, it's a little bit harder to process because it's not as simple as it used to be. And so when it comes to love and when it comes to life, for me, I feel like wondering what if is a dream killer. And like I said, I would rather, even if I know it's not good for me, even if I know I shouldn't do it, even if I know it's probably not going to put me on the right path, and even if it's going to set me back, I would rather have loved and lost than to not have loved at all. And I would have rather have tried and to have lost than to not have even tried at all. So that's pretty much the motto for my life. Explains why I'm in Tucson, explains why I went to school in Flagstaff, explains why I go after people I shouldn't go after, even if my every being is telling me not to do it. For me, I can't ignore my heart. I feel like a lot of people ignore their heart. I feel like people are very logical nowadays, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like, again, we're overthinking things, and we have it's a three-way street, y'all. It's our mind, our heart, and our soul, and they all work together, and of course it's better to have all three going in the right direction. you know, but sometimes they all go in different directions, and sometimes it's 2 versus 1, you know, but that's just a part of the human experience, and trying to maneuver and navigate them and pointing them all in the same direction. But while we're young and still learning, and probably forever learning, trying to figure out how to put them all in the same direction, sometimes this is just life, and it's important to experience it than to not experience it at all. What's the point of sitting on the sidelines? What's the point of being afraid to get hurt? What's the point of sitting out? What's the point of not trying? You know, the older I get, the more I realize how much time I don't have, and how much this is the only life I know that I have. So why be afraid of anything? Don't get me wrong, I am not one to go like jump off bridges and stuff, because I'm not trying to rush to my death. But when it comes to anything else, why be afraid of moving somewhere? Why be afraid of saying something? Why be afraid of feeling exactly how we feel? Why be afraid of telling people how we feel? Why be afraid of going after that job? Why be afraid of moving? Why be afraid of trying something new? Why be afraid of going after our dreams? Why? What's the point? Because it's safe? Because it's comfortable? Because it's just easier to settle? I don't know about y'all, but I just can't live my life that way. I just can't. I would drive myself crazy. So I hope that you all don't drive yourselves crazy, and I hope that you don't wait until it's too late. I hope that you don't wait until you may not get a second chance. I hope you don't wait until the opportunity that never comes. I hope that when it's in front of your face, no matter how scary it is, no matter how vulnerable you are, no matter how uncomfortable it is, I hope that you go for it. I hope that you try. I hope that you love, no matter how scary it is. And I hope that you just live this life the best way that you possibly can, even if we don't know what's going to happen on the other side. So thank you all so much for listening. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I know that you could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me, and I really appreciate it. So if you want to follow me on social media, as I have just created so much work for myself, as I told you, I record avidly, but now having to put these videos into something, I'm just creating more work for myself. But it's okay. This year is the year of personal brand, and this is a part of it. So thank you all so much for listening. If you want to follow me on social media, you can at K.Short. But other than that, tune into the next episode for another lesson, realization, and experience from my daily life.